What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Cyndi Lauper. Once again, major shout out to Seb, and we're going to start a new album, 1997, Sisters of Avalon. Avalon is part of the Arthurian legend. It's an island, so I would assume that's the reference here. Obviously, it could be some other proper name usage that I'm unaware of, but that would maybe be the starting point in terms of what I would expect. The first track is indeed the title track, so I suppose if I can pick up on any insight, this will be the tune to do it, and obviously I look forward to hearing what people have to say. Whenever I react to something in the mid to late 90s, I do often think this is when I was getting into punk rock and techno, but I was still listening to groups like Depeche Mode. I very much remember getting Ultra, and yeah, so whenever I listen to music from this era of groups or artists I knew as a kid in the 80s, I always wondered, because I was so focused on these other and like underground genres, that I missed out on a lot of good, more popular music during the 90s. So it is, number one, cool to go back and to catch up on a lot of that. And also, in some cases, it makes me wonder, like, oh, if I heard this in 97, would I have been on board? You know, in a lot of cases, I feel like I would have, because number one, just, you know, people who know this channel will know I like a lot of what I hear, and that's nothing new. That's something that goes back to my early, like, childhood music engagement. But then secondarily, it's like, when I listen in this context, I often, you know, pick up nuances and quality aspects, even of tunes I've known for a very long time. So when, you know, I hear something in a genre that I, you know, have been fond of since I was a kid, but from a time when I was focusing on other things. It's just an interesting dynamic to me. It's like, oh, I bet you if I heard this in 97, 98, I would have been into it, but I was admittedly not looking in that direction. So, in any case, I don't quite know what to make of the title. Let's find out. This is Sisters of Avalon from the album of the same name, 1997, by Cyndi Lauper. Oh, hold on. We'll start it properly and try to do it in a correct manner. But here we go, Cyndi Lauper, Sisters of Avalon. noticed that wasn't fading with the rest.
Sisters, come on, sisters.
It's like a dangerous and distorted transmission before something went off the rails. But yeah, that's an interesting like quirk or flourish to the end of a track that was again very soulful, and it had sort of, you know, gospel vibes, even sort of like African singing vibes in that like recurrent melodic vocal. I love the section where it's stripped down heavily, and she just really hit some strong vocal moments. So both in the backing vocals and in the lead, really cool tune in that regard. It feels like a continuation of some of the sonic choices of her previous album. I feel, you know, again, there's like a 90s R&B soul sort of feel to it, and yeah, just a cool composition. I love the richness of the chorus. I love the way that stripped down section and those vocals led back into a re-explosion of the rich, like, full configuration of the tune. So like composition wise, I enjoyed it as well. Lyrically, I didn't catch anything that I thought was directly related to Arthurian legend, but it sounded like more like a sisterhood of people who are wild at heart and, you know, are keen to explore and to seek and to, you know, be bold and not just, you know, acquiesce or wait around for something to happen or someone to find them. So, yeah, that's my best stab, that it's somehow like a sisterhood of people who are like-minded or have the same disposition. Either way, a really cool tune, cool opener. Again, I'm never surprised when I see a title track as the opening tune, because if a tune specifically is good enough to lend its name to the album, or is important enough, or thematically foundational enough, then, you know, it makes perfect sense to me to start it off. Now, seeing it at the end of the album, that's not terribly surprising either. I always am, you know, if it's like the third track in the album, it's like, just on the surface of it, it seems an odd choice, though even then, maybe the way it fits between songs 2 and 4 is, you know, a particularly important choice. So I'm always just keen to think about albums, but again, knowing that a title track comes first is always a like, well, of course it does. So, oh, Luca is awake. What's up? What do you think? She's been sleeping here for like 4 hours, but apparently during Cindy's vocal, she probably said, oh, what's going on here? So in any case, shout out to her, shout out to Seb once again. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.